am UnBreakableDEX, and he is the man himself, the legend, the myth, the prince himself, Julius, all the way from Prince Land. I'm over here in Unbreakable Land. What's up, Jew? What's up, Prince?
Cool, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I'm excited, man. Grateful for this day. Grateful to be alive, man. Grateful to be a
Yeah,
basketball fan, man. I saw that game last night. I missed game. I think we hadn't got together since game 3 and 4. We missed, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, game 3 and 4. We were both a little busy, but game 5, man, we talking about excitement because I definitely thought the way it was looking, the way OKC they had control to me, but they kept letting Indiana hang around. But OKC showed some grit. They showed some fight. They pulled it out. I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised. I was surprised. I thought it was Indiana's for the taking last night. I thought they were stealing it.
Yeah. That was a great game. That was a really good game. I watched it. Just as I was telling you last time, it's a game of apples and oranges. Before I proceed, I must say that okay, Indiana really played a very good game. They didn't have a great start, but they picked up their momentum and they played great. I think at some point I was like, maybe OKC is going to be in problem. But they
OKC
managed to.
or Indiana.
No, maybe OKC because when they made a comeback to
Right.
like they cut it to like 2 points, and I was like, man, I think OKC may be in problem, but they went on a 10-0 run and then they expanded back to 14.
Yeah. That hurt
Uh,
Indiana. That 10-0
that
run
that,
hurt Indiana.
that hurt Indiana, but I think Rick Carlisle made a mistake, man. Halliburton was not playing well. He was not 100%. Man, the other dude came in. He was playing well. I think he should have.
Who?
Is it McConnell?
Oh,
McConnell.
he
Yeah,
played
he
good
came in.
all game. TJ McConnell played great all game.
Right. He should have finished the game with McConnell and let Halliburton rest and be like, you know what? We still got game 6. Let's see what happened. Because I felt like if McConnell would have continued, they could have pulled an upset or maybe made it very interesting. Yeah, because it was that close.
Yeah, yeah. I was definitely, I was over here thinking, that the hell. Hey, listen, this is the greatest sports show on planet. You got two great sports minds coming from different perspectives. You got Prince Jew over here. He's a basketball. He's a sports connoisseur, really. But he's mainly he knows all sports, basketball, football. But he's a soccer man. But we both are into this NBA finals, even though sometimes I feel like some of the things, how we talk sometimes, Jew, and I'm not gonna say that it's all left up to the refs, but some calls when we see these games, I talk all the time about how you just watch these games and the referee can very easily make the game into what they want because it was a few calls and I was telling people that I was watching games. See, those type of calls can can change the momentum and predict everything. It was one particular one that they called. I remember it was on they caught it on OKC, but no, they caught it on Indiana, but it should have been on OKC. And it changed, and instead of it being a foul on OKC, they caught a tech on Indiana, which caused OKC to go down, shoot free throws, and that gave them an extra 3 points. And it wasn't even a foul. It just sometimes with these professional sports, you know, the refs, and I do agree they have been letting them play. They have been letting them play, but sometimes I think the refs is crucial moments the refs step in when they shouldn't, and let the players just play, let the game play out. But I understand what's going on. I think with money involved, hey, It's a little bigger than what the eye can see. But overall, still exciting, still great entertainment, great game. I don't know what happened because I felt like the momentum was definitely shifting and swaying towards Indiana, but that 10-0 run shut it down. It shut it down. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You're definitely right. Some of the calls were very questionable.
come on, man.
Questionable calls from the refs. But you know what? I felt like the game that Indiana really needed was game four. They were up, and if they would have made it 3-1, that could have been very hard for OKC to come back. But yeah, I've been telling you OKC is the better team. But I like Indiana. I like what they are doing. They have a bright future. Win or lose, they have a bright future. We know because these guys are playing hard. They're playing hard. They are very competitive. I thought the series was gonna be over in 4 or 5, and now we're
He
going
may
to
go 7.
6. It may go to 7. It may go to 7. But here's the thing, though. It's a very good. It depends on the decision of Coach Ricola because Game 6 is very pivotal. I feel like is he gonna sit Halliburton? Okay, depending on how Halliburton feels.
He got to play
Uh,
Halliburton though, bro. You
he
got.
gotta play. Yeah, that's that. He gotta play him. But you know what? That's CJ McConnell, man.
Oh, he played a great game. He came in. If it wasn't for him, they'd have lost by 30 or 40, man. Dude
Right,
was on
right.
fire, man. The dude hit like 10, 12 baskets in a row for them. He scored like 10. I mean, he was on, and when you in sports and in basketball, you got to let the momentum, you got to ride the wave of the hot hand. He had the hot hand, not
Yeah, exactly.
not saying that Halliburton wasn't doing his thing. He might not have been shooting a lot of baskets, but to me, he still was playing consistent basketball. He wasn't putting up the points. But you had his teammates. Neesmith was hitting big shots at times, big threes. Toppin stepped up, hit some big threes at times. But overall, though, Turner, they all really played good, consistent basketball. But and TJ McConnell, without TJ McConnell last night, it could have been they could have lost by 40 50, but it was a game that oh man, it's hard to call what happened because you're right. The last two games, Indiana needed one of those. I think they needed one of those, even though because now where are we? Do we go back to Indiana or is it still one more game in OKC?
No, we go back to Indiana on
Oh,
Thursday. There's a possibility Indiana may force against 7, but if OKC play the way they played, man, with that aggression, they probably might end the series in
but
Indiana.
they had moments during the game, though. OKC had moments that they showed during the third quarter, towards the middle end of third quarter. Even Richard Jefferson noticed it during calling the game that they had these moments during the third quarter, end of third quarter, but they get kind of lackadaisical. They kind of take their foot off the pedal, and you can't do that. Do I think Indiana gonna go back to Indiana and force a game 7? Absolutely, I think they're gonna force a game 7. For one, it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be crunk in Indiana, baby. You better believe them fans are ready now. Okay, see, you think they couldn't hear? They said you couldn't even hear the referee's whistle last night in OKC. You ain't even be able to hear the buses starting in Indiana. It's gonna be off the chain. I'm telling you, they ain't leaving out of Indiana without a win. So we definitely will be back in OKC for a game 7. And if the refs and in the league and the bookers and the people with the money let them play, baby, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We have a very good chance of witnessing a very fantastic game. But this is what I would say though. I also have Indiana probably winning game 6. But here's the thing though. It depends on how they start. they have to me, for them to the keys of winning game 6, they have to, draw some separation. They got to keep it if it's too close, anything can happen. If it's too close, anything can happen. And but they got to draw some separation, 10 points, 12 points, 15 points, something like that, which I don't really see that happening. So it's a toss up. But I would say the first 5 minutes would dictate how I'm going to look at how the game is going to go on Thursday. But definitely Indiana look like they're in a pole position to force a game 7. But again, it depends. It depends on the mentality of their players, and it also depends on the mentality of OKC players.
Well, and at the same time, I tell you, last night they had signs. You was talking about them pulling away and making a run. OKC tried to make a run. Every time they tried to make a run, every time they tried to make away, because every time it was like counter after counter. But every time they tried to make a run for it, Indiana said, "Get over here, get over here." They was making a shot. Indiana was doing something, always doing something to counteract it. And just when you think OKC, oh, he's about to make a run, Indiana was stepping up with a big bucket every time last night. So hey, that luck may can run out with OKC or it can run out with Indiana. But all I know is these next two games, you don't have time for error, or it can be over. It can be over for Indiana, or it can be over for OKC. Because if they allow Indiana, which I don't think they've lost confidence. I don't think they're down and out. I think they're highly confident. They feel they can beat this team, and they're gonna come ready to play. They coming ready to play, baby. That field house gonna be rocking.
Yeah, it should be a very highly unpredictable encounter. Should I say a very tight game? But yeah, I feel like we may have a game 7. But again, it depends. I want to see the mentality of OKC. If OKC is like, yo, man, we don't even know how it's gonna go. Game 7 can go either way, and we just want to play hard and end the series on Thursday, game 6. I think they can do it. So it depends on how they come out playing, and their zeal and will of stamping their authority in this series. But if it goes to game 7, it can be anybody's game.
It be anybody game, baby. Anybody game 7, baby. Game 7 gonna be must watch TV, man. Uh, It gonna be must watch TV, almost like this. Let me ask you something. This is a little bit off subject, just a little bit. Did you see? There's always some backstory, some side news going on. On social media. Did you see the hype going on between the one-on-ones between Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley? Did you see that?
No, was it the
The one-on-one competition
uh,
for $100,000. They play for $100,000. So
no, I
hundred
didn't see
thousand
that.
dollars. People pay per view, brother, to watch them $20, and they made like 100,000 each for that. So now people's like, who would be two good comparisons? People like, who would people want to see? But I'm gonna tell you something.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool because they were saying, at first people was trying to say because what a lot of sports worlds don't know, Mike Beasley, his NBA career. You know who I'm talking about when I say Mike Beasley? He paid for Mike. His NBA career didn't fan out the way it should have. But if you talk to any basketball player, they all say one on one, he's almost unbeatable. They all say that. They say, not too many people got better one-on-one skills than him, than Mike Beasley. So they was trying to put him up against Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo shut it down. Carmelo said, first of all, I ain't losing to nobody. I ain't losing to nobody. Carmelo
So
said,
who won though? Who won? Stevenson and
Mike Beasley, listen. It was Lance Stevenson and Mike Beasley. Lance, of course, Lance Stevens ain't backing down for nobody. He coming. But to show you though, they were tied 13-13. Next thing you
Wow.
know, next thing you know, it was 29-13. Mike Beasley left him in the dust. So now
How many minutes did they play? Like
they played like they played to the point where they had to take a break. They played, I think they was going to 32 or 35 points wise. So
right.
that they put some work in. So now they was talking about maybe Joe Johnson and Mike Beasley, which I think Joe Johnson ain't no, hey, Joe Johnson ain't no joke, man. Joe Johnson can ball. You don't mess with ISO Joe, but I tell you a person to me, and I ain't gonna get too far off the subject real quick. Just talking about basketball. They brought up because they was talking about it on Gil's Arenas the other day, the game and the competitions, the possible matchup. But I tell you a person I feel that people disrespect, man, when they start talking about top players, top point guards. I'm gonna tell you a person I feel like people really disrespect. It's just my opinion. I feel like dude is elite, and the NBA is trying to diminish him because he doesn't bow down and do everything they want him to do. But I know Steph got the threes, bro. I really do. But I don't feel like outside of the threes, this person that I'm about to say, they might not take as many as Steph. It might not be as efficient as Steph. But off the ball, and he's just as good as shooting the three. He don't shoot as many, but I don't feel like Kyrie Irving getting the respect he deserves, man. In the end, because they brought up Steph, and then they said, "Well, Kyrie," and they were like, "Man, Kyrie Irving cannot. When he's on this game, Kyrie Irving can't be guarded. Kyrie Irving is one of the top elite, top 5 point guards all the time. You got it. I can't think of 6 point guards better than Kyrie Irving that I would start. I can't. Point guard, if I had a name right now, and I know I'm talking a lot, I'm gonna give it to you. But if I had a name right without even thinking hard, 5 point guards that I would like to start my team, you know, Kyrie, Steph, Magic, uh, Isaiah, that's 4. 5, give me number 5. Who can we throw up in there?
Chris Paul.
You can throw Chris Paul in there. He's consistent. You can throw Chris Paul in there, but
You mean all time?
if I had to start a team all time, I'm gonna tell you somebody else who
Ooh,
don't get the publicity that they should, point guard wise, that were unstoppable to me. Tony Parker was unstoppable, bro.
Tony Parker. Yeah.
Tony Parker was unstoppable, bro. You just had a lot of good point guards, but Kyrie Irving is definitely in my top 4. Kyrie, Steph, Magic, Isaiah Thomas, and we'll find it's a ton of other players we can throw in there. Ton of other players you can throw in.
That's a very good list. Magic definitely, Steph definitely, Isaiah definitely. Um,
Now let me tell you something else they was
Kyrie, the reason why, yes, but I'm a hold off a little bit of Kyrie, maybe,
who you
yeah,
gonna put above Kyrie?
because there's so many of them.
It's a lot.
Steve Nash was pretty
He
good.
ain't better than Kyrie Irving.
We're talking about a point guard, okay? Kyrie was not doing a lot of assists though. He
No,
was
he's
all
not.
ISO. No, you see, here's the thing: Steve Nash made all his teammates better. See, we gotta differentiate. You're talking about Kyrie with the skill, with the dribble.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
talking about
different.
the skill,
No, yeah, but
straight up
then
skill.
okay, then that should be a different category because with the skill, yeah, Kyrie.
Good point
But to
guard
make
skill.
And yeah, but most Kyrie does not make his teammate better though. He doesn't have too much of assist. Here's the problem with Kyrie.
So you gonna
He would
put John Stockton in there over Magic and Isaiah and Steph?
no. I'm not.
He was a top
Magic
assist guy.
Magic number one. Magic and Steph can be number one. I mean, it's quite debatable. But Magic number one. Let's say Magic, Steph. Hmm?
Steph ain't
Then
no assist point guard.
then I'm putting no, but his assist is a little bit more consistent than Kyrie though. Kyrie does not do too much of an assist,
Bruh, Steph and
you know.
Kyrie
But
just don't got
I'm
like
talking about a quintessential like a real
if you talk
point
about
guard.
real point guard, I mean, I'm just talking about top point guards. Yeah, I'm not talking about the old floor general, come down, make the, that
Oh,
just
you
look
mean skill? You mean
bad.
skill wise?
I'm just talking about he can do it all, run the floor,
Oh,
run the
skill wise, then
score, every raw. I mean, of course, if you just get more,
then definitely I'll even take Tony Parker before Isaiah Thomas because Isaiah Thomas skill wise, I mean he was good,
because
but
you didn't
skill I don't
see
know
him
about.
play.
You said what?
You didn't see him play. That's why you feel like that.
No, I've seen Isaiah clips. It doesn't
You
I don't.
seen
Yeah,
clips. See,
I've
I
seen
saw
it.
his
I've
career.
Man, I've seen the bad boy Pistons. Clips. With man Isaiah Thomas and what is called Lambier and all those guys,
Dumars. I
but
don't agree with
Dumas,
you.
Joe Dumas, and all those guys, man.
They was
Uh,
raw.
yeah, those bad boy Pistons were very good. But I'm saying that uh, Isaiah as all time, yeah, hell yeah. Skill wise, I think you're bringing a different category. Skill wise, definitely. Kyrie and Steph are definitely right there, neck to neck. Skill wise, but a matter of fact, I might even say Kyrie. Skill
I,
wise,
listen, I totally agree with you about as much as I like Isaiah, he on the all-time list, but Tony Parker don't get the love he deserved, bro. You can very easily put
skill wise, yeah.
you can very easily put Tony Parker up there over Isaiah. Very easily. You got a lot of people out there, man, that you can put out there,
But what wasn't Kobe Bryant also a point guard or
no,
point forward?
he would. No,
A point forward
LeBron more point. Kobe never been more of a point. Kobe
was like
always shoot, shoot,
a
shoot,
shooting guard, yeah,
shoot,
shoot
shoot,
guard. Okay.
shoot. Right. He
Right, right.
he ain't try to pass nobody. He telling them suckers, I ain't giving you the ball. Kobe Kobe told them jokers, I ain't giving you the ball. You ain't practice. And
Yeah,
Kobe was straight shoot. You ask,
right, right.
LeBron more point guard. LeBron more point guard.
What
And
about John Stockton? What do you think about John Stockton?
he's straight point guard. He's straight point guard. And people that played against him say John Stockton wasn't no joke. That he wasn't no pushover
Mm.
like you thought he was. Say John Stockton wasn't no. John Stockton was a complete. You ask me, skill wise, John Stockton was a complete point guard. He can shoot. He can run the floor. He can take it to the hole. He can guard. I mean, he was just so many though. I can name so many point guards that was.
What about
It was a
Mike?
good.
You remember Mike Conley, the younger Mike Conley? Man, Mike
Mike
Conley was
Conley.
pretty. Well, a younger version, yeah, he was pretty good.
Man, listen, you don't have so many people, man, who come. I don't know if you remember Rod Strickland, Mark Price. Uh, man, these people were good. Even the people that the Bulls had, because they was on the Bulls team, they was outshined. But people like B.J. Armstrong, man, them people was all right, man. Them people was all right. Baron Davis. I can name so many
Baron
people.
Davis, yeah, Baron
Baron
Davis was pretty good.
Davis, Tim Hardaway. I mean, you had some point guards through the time, but Tim Hardaway, Kevin Johnson. Man, Kevin
Mm.
Johnson was raw. When Phoenix with Bargain, Kevin Johnson was just as good as Tony Parker, bro. I saw his whole career. Kevin Johnson was an elite all-time point guard.
Rajon Rondo was pretty
Rajon
good.
Rondo.
Rondo.
The Lakers shouldn't have got rid of him when they did.
Oh man, Rondo.
Rondo was a good point guard, bro. For the team with KG and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, they was all, of course, already considered all star. Rondo made himself an all star. All four of them were all stars. So Rondo, yeah, you got to put Rondo up in there, man. You got some elite point guards, man. You got some elite players throughout history.
What do you think about Ja Morant?
Jar, dude, bad man. Dude, like he out there on skates, man.
He's a point guard, right? He's also a point guard,
He's a point
technically.
guard. He's
Yeah.
a point guard. And but see, the point guard is changing from
Right.
how it used to be from now. Back in the day, the point guard didn't do as much score. You know, they were more ball handling,
Mm.
distributing, setting up the floor, setting up the game. Now these days, point guard get you 40 like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, and what about Damian Lillard? What do you think about Damian Lillard too?
Damian Lillard to me, I think Damian Lillard is more of a two. He more of a shooting guard than a point guard to me. I
Right,
think
right, right,
you know
right.
me
You may be
personally.
right. Yeah.
I think him and CJ McCollum they worked good together because they both really was like the same player. They both could play the two other one. You
Mm.
know, Damon will light you up. You know, I kind of
Uh,
feel
wha-
sorry.
what about
Trey
Kid? What about Kid Cunningham? Kid, the
K
Detroit guy.
Cunningham. I like K. I like K. I don't think he's a pure point guard, but K the baller, man.
What about Bronson in New York?
Bronson is a scorer. See, you got to think all these people you bringing up now, they're assassins, shooting wise. They're killer, shooting wise. You know what I'm saying?
They are shooting guard. Yeah, you're right.
They're they small enough in stature to be point guards, and they can distribute and handle the ball. But ultimately, if you look at their game, these folk are shooting guards. Bronson is a shooter. He's a scorer. He's really a scorer. You don't look for him that honestly, and he can score. But one of the true point guards right now is Halliburton.
Oh yeah,
Halliburton really is a point
Halliburton is
guard.
a true point guard. Yeah, you're right.
He's a
You're right.
point guard. He's a point guard. You know, I can't think of too many point guards right now that you can put in the old school mode of what a point guard is. Most of the point guards now, shoot, Joe, you better put your best defender on it. You know what I'm saying? You better put your best. You better bring Dennis Rodman out of retirement for it. John Morant will
Right.
kill you. John Morant be out there like he on skates, bruh. Steph,
Yeah.
Kyrie, Damian Lillard, all these people will hurt you. Uh, Mitchell, Garland, uh, Sexton, who's my boys down in Orlando? Be out there,
Bonchero. Is
man.
it Bonchero? Yeah.
These
Boncero or
folks,
Bonchero, whatever his name
these
is.
folks are scorers. That dude, Bachero, is quick. He's quick, man. He's a quick scorer. I'm gonna tell you somebody who I like, man. I'm gonna tell you somebody who I like, man. Who's getting better and better every year. Just that the team keep falling short. But I'm gonna tell you somebody that can ball, bro. He needs to be on the Lakers. Need to get him, bro. I'm gonna tell you somebody who can ball. He can light it up. He's a fearless scorer, but he's considered, I think, a point guard. Kobe White in Chicago.
Mm, Chicago.
Kobe
Yeah.
White, bro.
That dude is a pretty decent player.
That dude, Kobe White would light you up, brother. Kobe White would light you up, man. So yeah, I just don't like when people bring up Steph. They try to diminish Kyrie. No, I'm not. No, we can't be diminishing Kyrie. Kyrie Irving is elite, all
Right.
time elite, bro. Don't be doing Kyrie like that. Just cause Steph will pull up from anywhere. Hell, Kyrie, if the Kyrie try to be a team player, but hell, you give Kyrie the green light, Kyrie will put you up 30 40 a night. He will. It'd have been a different story if he wouldn't hurt these playoffs. If he didn't get hurt, Dallas was making a run with that trade.
Dallas is going to be a very good team next season, man. You know, you're talking about healthy Kyrie, healthy Anthony Davis, Clay Thompson, and all the supporting cast. Yeah, they're going to be a very scary team next season. You know what I'm saying? So that is why, if you are OKC, as good as you are, this is your opportunity to win this championship because next season, OKC is still going to be the favorite, but it's going to be very tough in the West, especially even in the East. Even in the East, is getting very interesting. But
Oh yeah,
the West
yeah.
is going to be a nightmare, bro. This next season, man, too many good teams, man. Dallas is going to be a front runner for sure. A healthy Kyrie, a healthy Anthony Davis, a healthy Clay Thompson. with the supporting cast, that's a different ball game altogether.
It's a whole
You know.
different ball game, bro.
And then you got the
Healthy.
Lakers are gonna try to make, they're gonna be back. Golden State is gonna be back. You know, you got what you call it. You know what? Another team that I'm looking at, I'm like, man, if they can continue building, they can be like OKC very soon. Portland. Portland got some real young talents out there, man.
They got talent, bro. They they definitely got talent, and I don't think they want to fire Chauncey Billups just yet. But they Portland definitely got talent, and I like Portland. It just
They got,
like
there's this guy called Afeni something. He got some Afeni player. He got some name. Portland. Uh,
Anthony
uh,
Simons.
oh man, that
Yeah, he a
guy.
bad boy.
You
He a
you
bad
know
boy.
he reminds me of Shea. You know what's funny about Shea? The Clippers have Shea, and they traded Shea to Oklahoma. The Clippers actually, Shea was actually a Clipper.
I know it. I know it.
Man, bro, that you see, it's all about patience, bro. They traded him to Oklahoma City. Look at him right now. You get me? Yeah. So I
Can you
think,
imagine
man,
Shea? Can you imagine Shea with Kawhi
why
and Harden and what's the
Zubag, and all those
Zubac?
players,
Man.
man, man,
But
man, 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 man. The Clippers,
he
they
fits
probably
good at
kicking themselves right
OKC.
now. Oh
Oh,
yeah, okay, okay. See right now what they got right now, bro. Ooh, if they win this championship, I think they're gonna win the championship. But they gotta be very careful because Indiana, the way Indiana is fighting, I like their fighting spirit. But I would say OKC will probably eventually win the championship. If they take that championship, ooh, the rest of the league gotta watch out because this team is a real quality team, bro. They got good
and they young.
defense
And they
and they're
young.
young and they're young. You know what I'm saying? So OKC better win it. But if they fool around or mess around and Indiana wins, it's gonna be very hard for OKC to recover because next season, bro, OKC better enter the season as champions to give themselves another chance. But if they mess around and think we can come back again, well, they may or they could, but it's gonna be very, very difficult because
Oh,
the West is gonna be it's gonna be very difficult, bro. Too
all
many
the
good
players
teams.
talk about how hard it is, to come back to just make the
Yeah.
final. That's why I think it's ridiculous when people try to diminish what LeBron did. Talking about, oh, he only, bro, to even get to the finals. You know how many players who didn't even make it to the finals, bro? Just
Yeah, LeBron did his thing. You know, credit to LeBron. He's one of the greatest
well, I ain't
of
even
all
just
time.
well, I'm just
But
even talking about just
but let's
being
be
able
but
to.
but let's be very honest though. You know, he went to, I was in 8 or 9 straight from the Eastern Conference. Come on, bro. You really think if he was
It
playing in the
doesn't
West, he would have
matter.
gone? No, no, no,
It
no. Hold on here. Let's be more realistic here.
You always
He could
bring
have
up this argument.
he could have gone.
It doesn't matter
You
through the
know, you
season.
think he could have gone through Kobe and all those guys, Tim
Man,
Duncan, all
damn,
those time for 9 straight
damn
time?
Kobe,
No, oh,
damn
hell no.
Kobe, damn
It's not
Kobe.
gonna happen.
Kobe had to go out and get help. Listen, I ain't talking about
Oh,
that.
didn't LeBron get help?
Listen though,
Didn't
several
LeBron join
teams
Chris Bosh and
run
all those?
first two,
Oh,
run
please.
first two NBA finals. You can't name one person on the team besides him in his first two NBA finals. But not even saying I can. But I'm just saying though, because I don't
No,
like.
no,
Let me
he
just
won
say this.
he won the championship when he joined the Heat. We have
Listen
Chris
though,
Bosh. We have Chris Bosh. We're talking about winning. He won the
but let me
championship
ask
when he
you this
joined
though.
Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and all those guys. Mario Champ. What is that guy? Mario
Ma-
Cham. What is that
Chum,
guy? What's that guy? Oh, you remember
Chum,
that guy?
yeah, yeah. But
Chum.
listen,
Oh man, that team was loaded with that
man,
Birdman.
wait, no,
Birdman.
listen. They were
You know
loaded with LeBron
Birdman. Come
guys.
on, dog.
But let
That
me
was a
tell you
loaded
this though.
team.
But let me
So
tell you this
I'm
though.
not gonna say anything about it.
Always diminish that he was in the East. If it was so easy, why nobody else did it? Why Ray Allen? Why Kevin Durant did it?
Man,
Why
nah, nah,
Paul
nah, nah,
Pierce? Why Mike?
nah.
Why Michael Jordan didn't go to 9 finals in a row? If
No,
it
no,
was so easy.
but by then, Michael Jordan's time, the East was very, very competitive. The East was very extremely
The
competitive.
West
Michael
was
Jordan time.
too. The West was too.
No,
The
but we're not
West was
talking about the West. We're talking about his conference. You know,
the
I'm talking
West has
about his.
always the West has
No,
always been dominant.
but no, in Michael Jordan's era, yes, the West was tough too, but man,
But
the East was very tough. The East
I'm
was
just
very tough,
saying
bro.
though.
Charles
I'm just saying
Barkley and all, Charles Barkley
Prince,
later on came to the West and
he
played
ain't
for
win. Barkley ain't
Phoenix.
won nothing.
Yeah,
But I'm
but
just saying
he played in the West too. He played in both sides. He played with
he played
Philadelphia
both sides.
76ers and
But all I'm
Uh,
saying is, my point was, it's not easy to make
Oh,
it
it's
back
not.
to
No,
the
oh,
finals.
definitely it's not. Definitely it's not. You gotta give him his credit. You only play what is available in front of you. So you gotta give him credit.
To make it back
But
mentally,
realistically, realistically, could he go nine straight from the West? Oh hell no,
it
he can't
doesn't
go.
matter.
There's no way he goes nine straight. He might go like two, three, but nine
Julius,
straight in the West, you gotta be out of your damn mind,
Prince,
man. Big Dex,
Prince,
it's not happening.
Prince,
It's not
Prince.
possible.
Let me tell you this, Prince. This is what
Yeah.
I don't like. We don't know. But the fact that he
Oh,
did,
please, please,
we
please, come
don't
on.
know.
The West was very, very. Look, Tim Duncan was there. To some extent, Kobe was there. They got very good. Amari Stoudemire. We got people like the Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash. Oh man, it was loaded in the West, bro. It was
Look how
really
many
tough in the West.
people, look how
You know,
many people who didn't win a
Golden
championship.
State too later on. Golden, come on, dog. Yeah,
Look how
let's
many
be very, very
people.
honest here. Let's be very honest. He may go, but nine times there's no way in hell he go. I'm not saying your argument. I understand where you're coming from. I give LeBron all the credit. He did great. He can only play what is in front of you from the East. That's a record. You can't take it away from him, whether he's playing the West or the East. But here's the thing, though. We are using realistically, bro. You know, playing in the West, you think he's gonna go nine straight? Come on, let's be even you, Dexter. Be very, very, very realistic here. He might go like two, three, maybe four, but nine straight? Oh hell no, it's not possible. He knows, it, bro. It's not even possible. But that does
He
not
did it in
diminish
the
him.
East.
But
He
but
did
he
it in the
that
East.
but
He
that does
did
not
it in the
diminish
East.
that we're
We
talking
saw him
about the
do it in
East.
the East.
Well, we're talking about the East, which is fine. We give him all the credit, but I'm saying that does not diminish his greatness. He's still a great player. But the West, you're gonna play 10 years, and you're gonna go. The West is gonna allow you to go every single time to the final. Oh hell no! You got Tim Duncan, uh, a younger Kawhi. You got Kobe. You got some Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash. You got what was another good team there in the West that by that time? Memphis with remember Memphis had a great team with Zach Randolph and all that. That's crazy. Younger OKC with James Harden and oh come on, what is his name? Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook.
Let me ask you
It
this.
was that tough, bro. It was that tough. He may go one or two, but nine. Come on, Dexter. That's a disrespect to those guys, those great players. That's a
None of
total
them said.
disrespect.
Let me
No, no,
just
no, no.
name
There's
this.
no way in hell it's going to nine straight.
Let
Maybe
me
two or
just tell
three.
you.
Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
legitimate argument for you. When you
Uh huh.
start naming good players
Yeah.
and people going up against good players. Okay, tell me this. Charles Barkley, is he not one of the best ever? Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing, one of the best ever, right?
Yeah. But we're talking about those
Hold
eras,
on, hold on,
Jordan
hold on,
era.
hold
Yeah.
on, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. One of the best
Yeah.
ever, right? Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, one of the best duo ever, right?
Yeah. In the West. Yeah.
Clyde Drexler,
Claude
all,
Drexler. Yeah.
all these people,
Akim Olajuwon.
Team Olajuwon,
Huh?
all these
Mm-hmm.
people awesome, right? But all them people though, one person, one person stopped all those people from getting championship unless he retired. So we can't say if one person can. We seen one person do it. We've
Man,
seen one person do
Jordan
it.
also could not win a championship when the bad boy Pistons were there. So let's be very clear there. The bad boy Pistons were really stopping. He could have won like eight or nine. They were
But
blocking
I'm
him. So
just
and it's
saying,
apples and oranges, bro. You
it's apples and oranges. But I'm just saying, based off of your argument, one person has stopped a lot of players from getting championships.
no, yeah, why?
LeBron stopped a lot of people from getting championship. Everybody has done it. Jordan stopped a lot of
But
people.
no, but I'm not talking about the NBA. See, the NBA finals is a different story. I'm talking about it getting there. Here's the thing: you first have to get there, and I'm saying that LeBron,
Bro, it
whether
wasn't
people
no
like
cakewalk. It
no,
wasn't
no,
no
no,
cakewalk.
but listen to it. LeBron, whether people like it or not, he has to play what is in front of him. It is what it is. He has to play
Bro,
what is
but
in
it
front of
wasn't
him.
no cakewalk
So,
for
so
him.
no, I'm not saying it was a cakewalk. I'm giving him all the props. He did what he got to do. Fair enough. But I'm
Think
saying
about
that.
what he did in
But
that.
I'm saying that if you flipped it, and you said, "Oh, but he could have done the same thing playing in the West." No, 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 no. He could have done something, but 9 times. No, there's no way he goes to the final 9 times. It's not even happening. Maybe one or two. Yeah, I see that possibility. One or two, three. Yeah, 9 times is not bad. The West is not going to allow that. There are too many great players that will not allow that. But here's the thing: it doesn't mean LeBron is not good. LeBron is still one of the greatest ever. There's nothing you can do about it. But you know what? Whether people like it or not, what I'm going to agree with you is that you only play what is in front of you, bro. He played. It wasn't easy. It wasn't a cakewalk, and he still went 9 straight. So we gotta respect his
Respect
achievement. Yeah,
and
yeah.
leave it
But
at that.
I'm not gonna, interchange it with
I'm
it.
not gonna
No,
go
no, no, no,
into
no, no.
what ifs. I'm not gonna play the what if game because we didn't get to see it. We don't know what would have happened in the West, but we
Yeah,
do know what happened with him in the East. He went there 9 straight. That is,
yeah.
bro.
You can't always say that. You see, whenever people are saying that he as if he alone single handedly. No, when he
No,
was playing with Indiana, he had a supporting cast too. Dwayne Wade was doing their thing. It's a team. It's a team effort. But they give the credit to LeBron because he was the best player. But here's the thing: people gotta
you take
realize that.
LeBron off of any of those teams, they not going to the finals, bro.
No, 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 you're lying. You're lying. Dwayne Wade
Which
went to the
team
finals.
going to the
Dwayne
finals
Wade
with
went to the finals with Shaq. I mean, let's be very, very honest with
Shaq
it.
wasn't on the team with LeBron? You take LeBron off of those
Yeah, but I'm
whole
saying
team,
Dwayne Wade only had Shaq, and he went to not an older
bro.
version of Shaq. He went to the
Go go
finals
back
and
and
won.
look at go back and look at
He,
those
he
stats,
actually won.
bro.
He actually won 2 times too. Didn't he?
Go
He beat
back and look at that team with Dwayne Wade and Shaq, bro. That team was stacked, bro. That team was
Oh, no,
stacked,
no, 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 no,
bro.
no, no,
You
no.
got Hall of Famers on that team,
You can't compare that team with the big
bro.
three.
It was not
Chris
just Dwayne
Bosh,
Wade and Shaq.
Dwayne Wade, LeBron James with a bunch of good role players. Mario Chalmers. What is that guy's name? That guy. There's another good guy that
They
was very
had a
good.
bunch of decent players,
Oh
so
man,
I'm
the
just saying,
Birdman. Oh man, come on, bro. Then they had Udonis Haslam. Udonis Haslam was pretty damn good. People don't even remember that. Udonis Haslam was good, and then Ray Allen also was. Oh man, hitting that big shot. Ray Allen later on joined them, hit a big shot. Man, that was a stacked team, bro. And they went to the finals 4 times. They won two. They should have even won all four. If you think about it, if it wasn't because of the greatness of Jack Nowitzki and the Ricala and Jason Kidd, I think LeBron could have won all four.
I think you
LeBron
know
could have
what.
won all four.
Not to take anything away from Dallas, but I think Miami beat them. I think Miami beat themselves that series. They had a learning curve to get over.
They played themselves twice. Didn't first of all, Miami beat Dallas with Dirk Nowitzki. That was when LeBron did not join. That Shaq and Dwayne Wade beat Dirk
Right, they beat them
Nowitzki.
for the championship.
It was very painful. It could have gone either way. And then they retooled and they came back with LeBron, and then they beat Miami with LeBron.
And
Okay,
I'm
so it's either way. It can go either way, man. You can't tell me Dirk Nowitzki was not a great. You see what I'm telling you about? I even forgot to name Dallas. Look at that. I was naming the Lakers and Warriors, and I even forgot to name Dallas with Dirk Nowitzki, West Coast. Oh, a prime young Dirk Nowitzki. That was a hell of a team right there. With Jason Kidd. Come on, my brother. Who else was playing in that team? There had some couple of great players on that team.
They had some good
Uh,
players. They had a good role players. They had good role players, but the star was
yeah.
Dirk. The star was
Yeah.
Dirk, but
He did not.
you had
Definitely, he brought the iconic one leg shoot. Come on, dog. Look,
Jason
yeah.
Jason Terry was a good couple
Oh,
of years.
I forgot it.
Jason
Jason Terry, the
Terry,
Jets, the
Jason
Jet, man.
Terry. You
Jason
had people
Terry. Look
on
at
that
that.
team.
Look
Uh,
at that.
Yeah,
Hmm?
oh yeah, the Jet. I feel sorry for the Jet because I always liked the Jet. Go back to the Atlanta Hawks days. He
Right.
started his career in Atlanta, but the one thing people gonna always remember the Jet by. I don't know if you remember. But that dog LeBron had on him in that in that when he was with the Celtics. But let me tell you something, bro. People talk about LeBron. If you go back and watch, they got documentaries now on every one of them finals, bro. It was a real hurdle for every one of them finals, bro, for him to get there. That one in Miami, it was like if you go back to the moments and watch them, bro, it was a lot of those finals that that Cleveland or Miami wasn't supposed to even get to the finals. A few of them games, like when they was in Miami, that one against the Celtics, bro,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
they had
Kobe
those
also
written
Kobe
Miami
also
off.
did the same thing when he
It
the
was
first time
almost
Kobe.
impossible, bro. He had
Yeah,
to
but Kobe, you remember Kobe lost and then later here's the thing. LeBron has done. I think it's first. This is what I agree with you. The first
well,
championship, the first.
hold on. Let me say this one thing, because I want people, anybody say this, go back and watch what LeBron did, not the team. You go back and watch. It was Game 6 in Boston for the closing
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That was a good game.
Everybody had
Yeah,
said it's over. They breaking up the team. LeBron
yeah.
going back. It's over. The Miami Heat, is over. It ain't gonna happen. They had already done given it to Boston. Ain't no way Boston losing. LeBron James himself put them in the finals, bro. Go back and watch them games. That game when he was in,
Oh yeah, that game where he had a 40 something. Yeah, that was
but
a
that
very
was
good game that he
phenomenal.
played.
He
Yeah,
was
but
in.
there been some games that he also choked, like the game against Dallas. So once we sing praises, we gotta also bring. Here's the thing. What I'm saying is that
I don't
I
think
don't
he
even know.
choked.
I don't even know why we are even debating this thing. That
I know we
LeBron
always
James.
get though,
LeBron James is a phenomenal player, whether you like it or not. But you know the
because you
only
always
thing.
want to hate on LeBron. That's why we debate. You
No, no,
always.
no, 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 no. I have to
But if he was
disagree
in
with
the
you.
West, the
When
first thing
when you
you
use
said,
hate, I don't hate anybody. When you use hate, you are being too that is very harsh to use the word hate. I
okay.
don't. The hate word is not a good word. That my opinion, just my opinion. Doesn't mean I hate him. I mean, it's a phenomenal player, and there's nothing nobody can take away from it.
But you
He's
can't say
definitely one of
what
the
he
great.
would have done if he proved himself to do it in one area.
Oh
You
man,
can't say
no. I'm not saying he could have. He would have done something. You are saying that he would have still gone nine straight. That is why I disagree with you. I'm not
all I
saying. See,
know.
now let me be very clear. I'm not disagreeing. He couldn't play in the West. No, hell yeah, you can play in the West and even go to the finals. But you are saying my argument is that you are saying that he was still gonna go nine straight. And I'm like, no, that is not happening in the West. Let's be very it's not possible. It's not even practically possible. He may go like one, two, three, maybe four, but 8 or 9, no, 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 that's not happening. That's why I'm disagreeing with you. I'm not saying that he cannot do that. I'm just saying that I don't see that happening in the West. It's almost like this OKC team. Look at it, how great they are. Look at how great this OKC team is. Even Golden State, who I say, oh man, they might be going to the Western Conference Final, but look, for somehow Jokic came, other players came, other teams went to the final. Dallas with Luca. Uh, so that is competition. But it doesn't mean Golden State have been to the final 6 times, right? They won 4. That
Yeah,
is a pretty damn.
if
That is a
not
pretty
more,
damn good
they've
record.
gone. I think they've gone
They,
more than that.
no, they've gone 6 times. They are 4-2. So they've gone to the final.
Is it,
Uh, 4-2. They've gone to 6 times. They won 4, and they've lost 2. They lost one to Cleveland, and they lost another one to the Toronto Raptors. If you remember, with Kawhi when KD got hurt and all that. Okay, so either way, what I'm saying is that even with KD, people were saying, "Oh, they're gonna go multiple." No, but the West is very tough, bro. You see, but did they go 6 in 10 years? That's a pretty damn good record. You go 6 in 10 years from the West.
but
That is
they
very
went
good.
like four. But they went like 4 or 5 in a row though against Cleveland. Golden State and Cleveland went to the final 4 years in a row, didn't
Yeah, yeah, but I'm talking about the West. I'm not talking about the general
Yeah,
NBA. I'm
I'm
talking
saying,
about the
but that was
West.
four for
Yeah,
Golden State, and that might have been the most in a row since who? Since
the
shoot,
Celtics and Lakers or something like that.
Lakers. Well, I'm talking about out of the West, who've gone through four straight out of the West.
Uh,
San Antonio, and Golden State.
I think Golden State probably have that record. But here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is that, and I think that is where you're not agree, you are not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not
Generational
questioning.
player, baby. Generational player,
I'm
baby.
not questioning LeBron James' greatness. He's a great player, and he will forever be a great player. What I'm saying, I'm disagreeing with you is that you were saying that regardless, he would have still gone to
I
nine from
don't
the West,
know.
and that is where I'm like, no, bro. Let's put the brakes on that one. He may go a
We
couple
don't
of them,
know.
but nine, no Western. Look, even Golden State, even
But
as
he,
good as great as they are, they didn't go. They went six. Well, but even it wasn't even the back to back were four times, right? And then they paused a little bit. They went back to it again. So look at that. Look at how hard it was that they went to four straight, and then they paused and they went to another two, making it 6 out of 10. But you go to a final 6 out of 10 years. That's a pretty good team. But I
yeah,
think LeBron in the West would have could have gone like maybe could have gone four straight, maybe four straight, three straight, four
that's
straight.
still
But
great.
but nine, that's still great. Yes, that is still great. But nine, I don't see nine.
You
I
don't
really don't
see it.
see. I
But
don't
one
see nine.
thing we can say, we saw him do it in the East. We can't
Nope.
say
But you are going backwards again. We
no.
both
I'm just saying, I ain't talking about the
we
we.
both agreed that he did it from the East. Nobody's taking that away from him.
All I'm saying,
And,
we
and,
saw
uh,
him do. We saw him
in the
do
East,
in
fine.
the
But we're
East.
talking about the
We
West.
saw him do
Don't
it in the
don't
NBA.
deviate now. Don't deviate now. We're talking about the West, not the East now.
We
In
saw
the
him do it
East,
in the NBA. I'm
in the
talking about
East,
the
it's a
NBA.
rap. It's a record. It's a, before some. I don't think there's gonna be. You never know. But if there's a and until somebody breaks that record where he goes like 8 or 9 times straight, LeBron James, that record cannot be broken. So that we give him that record from the East.
And to think somebody
We
did
are not
more
talking
than
about the
him,
East. We're talking about the West, bro. That's a key thing. You say what?
and to think somebody did it more than him, though. Not only did they go to more championships than him, they won more. That's what people. What I don't like.
Yeah,
People try to.
yeah, but you see, Jordan like this,
I ain't
even though
talking
he
about
was having.
Jordan. I ain't
But
talking about Jordan.
I'm giving you an example. Like let's say Jordan, he went even though he was getting what you call it, he had a hard time with the bad boy Pistons. You know, as soon as he figured out how to win, he never lost any championship, bro. He never lost any final. He's 6 for 6. Once he gets there, he's winning. You see,
But
that
I'm
is the
gonna tell
one thing
you this
about
though.
Jordan that is very, very good. That is very
I'm
strong.
gonna
You
tell
see?
you this though. But I'm gonna tell you this though. Where people try to now, I watched his whole career and I was a huge Jordan fan. But I don't like. But I don't like. And I was a huge Jordan fan, and people try to act like, oh, he was just Michael Jordan. People don't realize two highlights we see of the Jordan championships, two of his championships. We see two other people hitting the game winning shots, and people always try to get him the race. Just Jackson,
Hey, didn't
listen,
Ray Allen hit the game winning shot for LeBron? Please,
okay, okay, but
please.
I'm just saying.
So
But
it
people
is what it
always
is. It is
we
what
ain't talking
you
about
can never correct.
LeBron. We're not talking about
But
LeBron. We talking about
yeah,
Michael Jordan. Why we
yeah.
talking about LeBron? I'm talking about people try to act like it was just Michael
No, but that
Jordan.
is what it's a team sport. It's a team sport, bro.
Right, but I'm just
Yeah, it's
saying
a
that
team
though. If
sport.
you give
That's
it,
all.
if it's a team sport, why you say Michael Jordan went to six champ? You didn't say the Bulls. You said Michael Jordan went to six championship, and he went to
No,
six.
because we were both debating. Like you said, LeBron specifically. You didn't say the teams that help LeBron. So I was also doing the same thing. But if we want to be more realistic, we should go with the team
But let me tell
because it's
you
a
this
team
though.
sport.
In
It's a
defense,
team sport,
in
huh?
defense, be honest though. The teams that Jordan took to the finals, bruh, LeBron did not have them same teams, bro. That
No,
first team,
you can't say that.
name
Jordan
one
never
person. I can name
Jordan
the
never teamed
whole.
up with any
Let me
superstar.
tell you this.
Jordan never teamed up with any superstar.
Let me
You know, he
what?
had an icon. He
What?
never teamed up. He never left Chicago to go and join. Let me ask you something. Jordan never left Chicago to go and join
It
Charles
don't matter.
Barkley.
It don't matter.
No, it
What does
matters.
that matter?
It matters. You know, you just brought it up. Jordan never
That
left
wasn't the era
Chicago.
then.
He played in Chicago and he won in Chicago.
That was
LeBron
the
has to
era
leave
then.
Cleveland to go join Chris Bosh to win a championship. But anyway,
Okay, he didn't
we
leave,
got
but
we
other
gotta have to
players left.
we gotta have to continue
He
this
just one
discussion another
person.
time. Huh?
He just one person, but other people left and went and won championship. Uh, Clyde Drexler left and went to join Houston. They won championship.
I'm
Jordan
not.
had one with it.
I'm talking about the big. Craig Dessler is a great player,
They big, but
but
okay,
no,
Jordan ain't
not in not in the. We have levels to this, bro. We
listen,
have
but let
levels
me
to
tell
this.
you this though.
Yeah.
Okay, so LeBron took a team that you can't name. I can name the player, but most people can't name players from that first championship team he took to the final.
No,
The biggest
the further you cannot name a player. See, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Another thing I
I can
disagree with some
name
of the. But
Doobie,
no. But here's the thing. The
Z,
fact that you cannot. You see, look at this Indiana Pacers team. Right. Let me give you an example right now. That's the biggest mistake that we as basketball analysts or people that love basketball we've been doing. We got to realize that every basketball player can play. Every basketball, some of them might not have the name, but any once a basketball player, they ain't no scrub. They can play. On a good day, they can lift you and beat you. You know, but they are not the quintessential like the main guy, the superstar, the name that we are accustomed to. So that's the mistake we do. Look at Indiana.
Clyde
Look at
Drexler
what
was the main player.
Look at what Nemhard is doing. Look at what Naismith is doing. Look at what CJ McConnell is doing. Look at what okay, Pascal Siakam we already know, so he by far we don't know we know already know what he can
Still
do
took
because he's a
Michael
champion.
Jordan 7 years to get to the
Yeah, but
final.
what I'm saying is that
7 years.
sometimes
It took LeBron two.
it doesn't matter whether it take you 7 years or
That's
not.
talent.
Delay is not denial, bro.
seven
Delay,
years.
yeah, but delay cannot be denial. It doesn't matter.
Ball.
It doesn't matter how you start. It's about how you end. The start can be slow, but it's the end. It's almost like a
Listen,
basketball game. Look, maybe you take a 20-point lead, you think it's over, and the other team comes over and beats you. At the end, they're gonna say, "Oh, you started 20 points, so you should have won." No, they're gonna ask you what is the final score. So delay is not denial, Big Dash.
final score has to do with a team, not
Yeah,
an individual. But let me tell you this: I'm gonna move
yeah,
on from the matter because I hate when
yeah.
people start talking about Michael
We'll have
Jordan.
to.
They go,
We'll probably
LeBron
have to
didn't do it.
because of time consciousness. We have to probably
All right,
maybe
time we're
wrap
gonna
things
let
up.
it go. But I'm gonna just tell people this. Time we're gonna let it go. But I'm just tell
Yeah.
people this. Because people so forgetful and it's in the past. They easy forget the past. But I just tell anybody that on the Jordan, and I'm a Jordan fan, but on the Jordan the Kobe bandwagon, go back and watch their career. You're not gonna look at it the same, bro. They done a very lot of error. You watch a lot of. I watched Michael Jordan games.
But those are all different eras, bro. Those are
But I'm gonna
both
just tell
different
you
era.
this: those
We're in
dudes
a
was not
different era.
invincible. Those dudes was not
No,
invincible.
no, but nobody can be invincible. Here's the thing.
And watch
Jordan, whether we like it or not, I think this is what we need to do, man. Everybody needs to enjoy each and every, be grateful for each and every player.
that's what I say.
You know, comparing this player to that player to that player
But
is
that's what you that's what you
is
that's what
no,
you
that is, we haven't no that
that's
you
what you
brought it up.
bring up. You bring
You
up
brought no, you were the one that brought it up. So I have to answer. But what this is what I would say though. Respectfully, I think all the players are good players. We should be celebrating them. From those who have won and those who have not won. Look at even some players who have not won. Charles Barkley, great player. Reggie
a lot of
Miller,
great players who
great
didn't
player.
win. I'm gonna tell
You
you
know what
the
I'm
names
saying?
that they don't bring up when they start talking about top centers. They don't bring up two names, but they were dominant. Because you got so many good players.
You mean Will Chamberlain and who?
I'm no David Robinson and Patrick Ewing. They don't bring their name up, and
Oh,
they were
David, you mean the San Antonio David Robinson? Yeah, he was
bro.
a very good player.
Those were two great players, bro. They don't bring their name up
You
when they
said
talk
David
about
Robinson and who again?
Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing. When
Oh,
they
Patrick Ewing was good for the New York Knicks. He was a very
man,
good
Patrick
player.
Ewing was
Look,
superb, bro.
what about Penny Hardaway? People even don't even talk about Penny Hardaway.
Because he got hurt. But I'm just
You know
saying, bro.
what about Dominique Wilkins?
I seen him
Atlanta.
the
People
other
don't.
day. Did I send you a picture?
He,
I,
nah, he's a player.
I took a picture with him the other day, but I've met him thousands of times though. But I was with him in the bank the other day. But
Even Tim Duncan. Look at even people have the nerve to be disrespecting Tim Duncan. Look at how great Tim Duncan was. You don't even
they
hear his
bring up the
name.
same players when they mention greatness and history, bro. It's so many good players. Like you say,
Exactly.
we should just start appreciating everybody for who they were, not comparing them.
Exactly.
Because it's
Look
too
at Tony
many good
Parker. Tony
players to
Parker was a very
compare.
good player. Hakeem
And people don't even
Olajuwon.
bring his name up.
Look
They don't
at
even
look at
bring his
Hakeem
name up.
Olajuwon. Look at Hakeem
Right.
Olajuwon. Look
Keem
at that,
Olajuwon to me is one that is the best center ever. To me,
man.
I'm starting my
You
team with
know,
Keem.
then we're looking at players also not from the offensive point of view, but the defensive point. You look at Dikembe Mutombo, may he so rest in peace. Great player. Then you look at players like Lampier, even though they say Lampier is a dirty player, but he was a great defender. I
Lamier was a
mean,
great player, bro.
I,
You wanted him
I
on your
tell you,
team.
Scottie Pippen was a very good defender.
Man,
Dennis Rodman. Dennis
Scottie
Rodman
Pippen
was a
was
very
my
good
favorite
defender.
player. Scottie Pippen was great.
Draymond Green is a very good defender. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So we gotta appreciate different. Ray Allen was a hell of
Ray
a
Allen was
player.
raw, bro.
What is that? The Sonic guy. Gary Payton was.
But let
Oh
me tell
man,
you something.
you see?
People forget about Ray Allen. The Seattle Ray Allen, the early Milwaukee days Ray
Ooh,
Allen, the dunk on you Ray Allen,
man,
that Ray Allen was unstoppable, bro. That Ray
yeah.
Allen was unguardable.
If you remember this guy, Stevie Francis. Oh
Yeah,
my
the Spurs
God,
franchise.
Stevie until and then even Brandon Roy before that injury. Man, that guy was on his way to becoming fantastic before that. So players have come. The only player that I feel like maybe disappointed a little bit, in my opinion, like Greg Oden. Man, I thought Greg Oden was gonna
But
be.
that was
Ooh,
injury. You got to blame it on injury, bro. He couldn't
let
get
let let,
healthy.
let's say injuries. Yeah, that was kind of
It
like
was
injury.
injury. He couldn't get healthy. He never
Even
played.
Yao Ming came and did his thing, and people be forgetting about Tracy McGrady.
Yao Ming was good, bro. Tracy
What up?
McGrady. If it
Yeah,
wasn't for
Vince
injury,
Carter. Vince Carter.
listen, Tracy McGrady. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for injuries, bro, we could very easily be talking about Grant Hill as one of the best basketball players ever. If it wasn't for injury,
Grant Hill was also very
Grant
good.
Hill, bro,
Yeah,
Grant Hill,
yeah.
Tracy McGrady. Like you say, when Vince was at his top, because it was at a moment when Vince was shooting. Vince Carter was coming to town.
Man.
Them tickets
Yeah,
was selling,
I'm talking about the Toronto Raptors. Vince Carter. Oh
man.
hell yeah! I mean that was Air. They used to call him Air Jordan, bro. Air Canada,
Air
or something
Canada,
like that.
bro. Air
You know what I'm
Canada,
saying?
Air
So
Canada.
they've been great players. We just have to and look at even the Celtics. People. Bill Russell, another great player. People don't really give him that. How many championships he got? 11 championships.
That's who I was
Um,
talking about when I said got more than Jordan. That man got 11 in a
uh,
row. But I'm telling you though, they were
yeah.
playing against less teams and less talent though. They were.
But you can only play what is in front of you. Just as I told
You
you,
can only play
you
what
can.
in front of you. But
Yeah, every era is different. Yeah.
but like you know, but like I heard, excuse me, but like I heard George Iceman Gervin say recently, somebody asked
Mm.
him about the comparison about the new players and the old players. He said, "Man, I wouldn't be able to play with these guys now." And and the only thing that I say that's different is that the guys are quicker. They might be a little quicker. I don't know about stronger. They may be stronger too, though. But he said, man, I wouldn't be able to play with these guys now. The athleticism was different back then. Those guys back then didn't have the athleticism and the strength and the workout equipment that these guys had now. They just had straight gravy and mashed potatoes and cornbread and pork chop to get them strong. So, but we ain't gonna. But either way, though, good conversation. Uh, I agree,
Yeah.
and I agree, and I leave this where it is. I think we should start appreciating people for what they did and not what they didn't do.
Right.
All the time is always about, but they didn't do this. He did this, but he didn't do this. You is Julius. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? What you supposed to do in your life, what you supposed to do in your life. I hate when people say, but he didn't do that. That's him. His life
Right.
road and life path is different from his. Why did he have to win 6 championships in a row? Why? Okay, because everybody got to do exactly what this guy did to be great. That's ridiculous. No, everybody got their own path and how they define greatness. We don't define Magic greatness as 6 championships in a row without losing. He got 5 championships and we good with it. We good with it.
Even
Except for
even Kareem, we don't even mention Kareem. Kareem is very very good. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right there.
man, that dude was unstoppable, man. That dude developed a shot that was unstoppable.
Even Dr. J, Julius Erwin. Look at
He
that.
don't even get talked about anymore.
Right. It's very
That's so
sad.
disrespectful, bro. When I was growing up, that's so disrespectful. A man with a name called Dr. J. When I was
J.
growing up, bro, that name meant something. You heard the name Dr. J, man. That said some Magic John. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah, and even to say you're right. Before I leave, even with the great Lakers Showtime, you realize that they also have supporting cast like James Worthy,
bro, forget
and
it. So
and,
that
and
dude
all
didn't
those
have a
players.
supporting cast, man. Magic didn't have a supporting cast. The whole team was a Hall of Famer, bro. The
Right.
Showtime Lakers were all that was a different bunch, just like the Celtics, bro. Come on, bro. Damn near the whole start. Even players coming out the bench has got Hall of Famers. Come on, you know what I'm saying? James Worthy, Magic, Kareem, Byron Scott, Cooper, Norm Nixon. I mean, all these
No,
people,
no, man, Michael Cooper. Yeah, yeah, that was another.
and you talking about, but
Uh,
listen, you just take a team with Kareem and Magic alone is a dump. Then you add all these other people, man. Come on, man. Then you got Iron Men on the team, like AC Green, who ain't had sex in 100 years, so he ready to, he tough, he charged up.
yeah, man, great conversation. We definitely have to continue next time. But yeah, you're right. We should be celebrating greatness of every player because once you're a basketball player, you can play. If you can't play, you wouldn't be there. So nobody's a scrub there. See, that is where what Indiana is doing. I like that. You see, the people say, "Oh, is he that Pascal Siakam or Halliburton?" No, the supporting cast are playing pretty well. You look at OKC. It's not only about SGA and Williams. They got Hallgreen and Heinstein and Wallace
It's
and
a
all those
team
guys.
sport. It's a team
You know what
sport.
I'm saying? Yeah, it's a team sport. So let's all be grateful and enjoy this moment and try to people trying to have like debate that bring division and jealousy and will not be progressive. So I would say let's celebrate each player. Everybody changed the game. Steph Curry changed the 3-point game. LeBron James brought how to play as make a teammate really really better and also do your own thing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar brought a sky hook. Dr. J brought the dank. Vince Carter brought some crazy danks. Kobe did his thing. Michael Jordan, Killer Instinct. So we got even Charles Barkley. He was fun to
Charles was
watch.
raw, man. Charles was raw, man. Charles was raw,
Charles
man.
Barkley was fun to watch.
That
In
dude
the
was
Phoenix
fun,
Suns.
man. Charles
Yeah,
Barkley
man.
was dominant, man. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. The other night, after was it the game that Indiana lost. I guess it was after the last game Indiana lost. Uh, and I was watching the NBA crew, and I really couldn't watch it. I really couldn't because they was getting on my nerve. And I'll tell you why. Barkley was the main person who kept trying to reiterate that Indiana can't win because they don't have a main guy. I don't agree with that. Talking about, they just got a bunch of bruh, like we talking now, basketball is a team sport. Think about how many teams who lost who've had a main guy. That's ridiculous. How many teams he was on that he was the main guy and they lost? He was trying to make a point, and I literally turned it off. I couldn't take it 'cause it was like I didn't agree with it. I was like, you don't have to have a superstar for your team to win. You know what I'm saying? In that
Yeah.
case, he wasn't no superstar, but because all his teams lost the final. But but I didn't agree that Indiana's not good enough to win the finals because they don't have a oh man,
Uh,
Tyrese is uh they got players, Tyrese and Siakam, they just as good, but you don't need a guy. They get they got guys that can get it done. You got guys that get it. You're not gonna tell me a team who's in the finals, who've accomplished what they've accomplished, can't win the finals.
you're right, but you see, you're right, but I see what Charles Barkley is saying. He's saying that uh down the stretch when the game was on like the game was like it could be anybody's game. He was
Right.
saying that Indiana did not have a go-to guy, and I think they did, but they did not go to him. That's Siakam. I would have been. They should have gone to Siakam.
Siakam
The
or
winner went.
Halliburton.
Uh, yeah, but Halliburton is not really like okay. Yeah, but either way, you're right. But Halliburton was actually orchestrating the moves. So here's the thing. In that aspect, I disagree with Charles, but I see where he's coming from. Like at that moment, he meant the moment, not the whole series. The moment when the game was on the line. The game was on the line, it's sweaty hands and people were tension moment and hyped and all that. You could see that OKC had they had somebody they can go to. That's SGA. They're like, man, we're gonna be running everything for SGA down the stretch. We're gonna live with him or accept the result, whatever happens. And that is a killer instinct. You see, Indiana can
Trent,
still win as a team, but I feel like they did not have the go-to guy at that moment. It doesn't mean they don't have a go-to guy. At that particular moment, they were just a lot confused. And I think I have to agree with Chuck on that one.
man, even go to guys miss shots
Oh yeah, but if
all
they
the
miss, they
time.
miss. You live with it.
Right.
You're better off. It's almost like the game is on the line, and your best player is not touching the ball. You're like, what the heck? I'd rather have my best player touch the ball. So if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. It doesn't mean it's always gonna take me there, but you have the best chance because it's your best player. You see what I'm saying? So in that, but you're right. The game is a team sport. But
It's
come
a
on,
team
man.
sport, and I say this.
If your best player hit a shot, you live with it. If he misses a shot, you live with it. If somebody, a role player, has a better chance of passing it to the main guy and he takes a shot and he doesn't make if he makes it great. But if he misses, oh, the whole fan base are gonna be calling saying, man, what the hell, what kind of play is this? You run a play for just a regular player. So all the time when the game is on the line, you gotta go to your best player. It's in every sport is like that. Even soccer is like that. You when the game is on the line, you know that look, man, who has a better chance of taking us home? It doesn't mean they're gonna take you home all the time, but they have a better chance. The probability is higher. So I see where he's coming from, but yeah, it's
I
a
don't
team
think
sport.
it's good. I don't
It's a
think
team
it's a good
sport.
analysis. I don't think it's a good analysis. The only reason I say that is because it's kind of disrespectful if you think about it, though. Because if they didn't have a go-to player, they wouldn't be in the finals right now.
No, but no, no. But he said during the moment you were not paying attention. He didn't say they didn't have an overall. He said during that few 2 minutes mark, 1 minute mark when it was tight, they did
But
not have. And
Tyrese
he's
Halliburton,
right. You remember the Olympic Games when USA with all the All Star, LeBron, Steph, and then they almost lost to Serbia. I'm not even talking about the championship game against France. They almost lost again, but they realized that man, Kevin Durant, these are all great players. They realized that man, Steph got it cooking. They realized that Steph got it cooking. He was so hot. You could see LeBron deferring to Steph, KD deferring to Steph.
because he was
All the
hot.
great
He was
players.
hot.
But
He was hot.
because he was hot, that is the best. Somebody would have been like, "Oh, you should have put the ball in the hands of LeBron James."
No, you give it to
Okay,
the hot
you know.
play.
But But here's the thing though, all of the, but in this case it's even different because all of them are great closers. These are all great players. But even in that moment, look at how these great players were thinking. They put their ego aside. They're like, yo, bro, we're giving it to Steph. Steph was gonna take us home. We're giving the ball to Steph. You
That
see?
car he was hot, just so happy. He had been cold though most of the games, but that game,
Yeah, but you see, Siakam was pretty good, and he went. They went off. They went the last 3 minutes. Indiana did not give him the ball, and he went cold. See, they should have gone to Siakam. If, in my opinion, Siakam and Holly better, but Siakam can go get you a bucket, bro. He can attack the rim, create foul, shoot threes. He's a by far. If you ask me, who is the best player on the Indiana Pacers team? As much as I like Halliburton, bro, I think their best player is Siakam. For now, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, I think he could do more. Uh, yeah, I think I will agree with you, but my only thing is though saying they don't have a go-to player. When I agree, Siakam
No,
can
no,
get
no.
you
But
a
but he
bucket
said a go-to player in that moment. He
in
didn't
the moment,
say he didn't say general.
but
You didn't. You
but
kind of twisted in the love, but you didn't understand what he
no,
was
but
saying.
look though, but
He didn't say the whole series. No, because Halliburton close against New York.
that's
He
what I
was
was
hitting
about
some
to
crit.
say.
Yeah, but
Halliburton
he
has
was saying. Yeah, but he was saying that
he,
specific game. He said the game three. Is it game four? Yeah, game four. That
he's
moment.
talking like they don't have a go-to man, period. He's saying
No,
they
he
as
didn't.
a
He
team.
didn't. Oh, he said down the street. He didn't say. I think you should go and
Go
listen
back
to
and
it.
watch. Go back and watch. He's
No,
talking.
but if he said period, then I would
He's
disagree with
talking
him.
period. He's talking
A period,
period.
I know. I thought I had like during the clutch
He's
time,
talking
like
period. And I feel like that's disrespectful. And then it's saying, cause for one, you got Siakam, but Halliburton has hit 5 game
5 game
winners.
winning shot.
How
Yeah,
you gonna
exactly.
say they ain't got a go-to player? Person don't hit 5 game winners.
Right, right, right. Exactly. That I have to agree with you. You hit not even one, but five.
Five? Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So Halliburton, look, Halliburton is here to stay. Whether people like see anybody hating on Halliburton that does not know basketball. They say he passes too much. He doesn't have the look. The same way they were talking about Steph, oh, this and this and that. Look, Halliburton, whether he wins this series or not, he's here to stay. Indiana is gonna be around. They're gonna be knocking the door from the East for a long time to come. That's a fact. They got a great team, they got a great coach, and it's just a matter of time. So whether they win it this season or future, they have a great future. So we as basketball fans, we should be very happy to have a player like Halliburton. People saying that is he a star? Is he super? Look, man, Halliburton is a great player. Period. That's it.
Man, people who ain't doing stuff always got something to say. Oh, they ain't doing it. They ain't like
Right,
this.
right,
Man,
right.
they ain't like. What are you doing?
What
What
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing? Right.
Yeah,
What are
because
you doing?
because because whether you like it or not, he's doing his best. He's evolving. He's becoming a better player. He can only get better. He's 24 years old. He can only get better. So sometimes he play a little loose, a little lackadaisical. Sometimes, yeah. But so it's even everybody else also does that. Every even LeBron plays bad.
Right.
Steph play bad. KD play bad.
Everybody.
So everybody plays bad. So we shouldn't
Go
be
back
too
and
hard
watch
on
Michael Jordan and
Halliburton.
Kobe. If you go back and watch Michael Jordan and Kobe clips, they had a lot of bad games, bro. A lot of bad
Yeah.
games.
Oh yeah, I remember Kobe shooting an elbow. So it's part of the game. It's human nature. So let's all appreciate each and every single NBA player and see what happens. That's why this series, I I I want OKC to win because I feel like they're the better team. But let me tell you something. As I'm watching the series, I realized that Indiana they won my. I mean, I already respected them. I didn't know like how deep they were. No, they're a deep team, bro.
Yeah.
Win or lose, they got a bright future. So I don't
Deep
want to hear
young
like,
team.
oh, I don't want to hear like, oh, Halliburton played terribly and they lost the series. No, 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 no.
No.
Look,
We
they are
trying to
there for
blame
a reason.
Halliburton.
They are there for a reason. They win as a team. They lose as a team. Period. It is what it is. So yeah, man. We'll talk another time.
Sound
Yeah,
good, Prince, man.
great conversation.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna say this one thing, and we can end this. But I agree with what you said, and what I want to start doing is highlight more of just appreciating people. Because I
Right.
think the media all this comparison and I need to be like you and you need to be like me. It's a bunch of hog crap, and forget about all that, man. Start appreciating people for who they are as an individual, what they've accomplished individually, not comparing to somebody else. So what I want us to do more definitely on this show is, just start giving people their props. Start giving people
Right,
their props
right,
without
right,
trying giving people their props without trying to diminish someone else's life. You
right.
know
Because
what I'm saying?
everybody is unique in their own way. You're right.
Everybody unique in their
Everybody,
own way, bro. Dennis Rodman wasn't no 40, 50 point night man, but you'll put him on your team.
yeah, defense for defense. Yeah,
Absolutely. You put him
yeah,
on your
yeah.
team.
Right.
he might not even give you 2 points.
Shaq couldn't hit free throws,
Right.
but he would still dominate and win you a championship.
Absolutely. Right.
So it is what it is.
You take everybody for the good they give.
Hey man, what is good for the goose should also be good for the gander. It is what it is. You
You
know what I'm
heard.
saying?
That's right, baby. That's right, baby. Well, Prince, I appreciate you, man. It's always fun, man, chopping it up with you, man. As we get more deep into these finals and things going on in the world, man, and try to do our part, just making the world and the planet a better place, and try to come from a different perspective and from a positive perspective. Let people know it's not, all this negativity being pushed on social media, and you got to pick one, and this group over here is this group is here. Man, we all living on the same planet. We all got to share this planet. Let's do our individual part, trying to make it as best as we can do. Do your best of making each spot, each space you're in today, the best space, and the world will become a better place. Make the
make it,
space
make,
you're in a better space, and the world become a
yeah,
better place. That's
yeah,
the moon
yeah,
of the
man.
day, baby.
Just like Michael Jackson said, man, make the world a better place, bro.
Make it a better place.
Well, make it a better place. Yeah. All right,
Well,
brother.
Prince, appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. We'll talk later, man. To all y'all
Uh,
basketball fans out there, stay tuned. We got more coming for you from Game 6 and Game 7. We'll see you soon. Shout out to you, Prince. Tell everybody over there in Prince Land I said what's up. We'll see y'all soon.
Most definitely, man. And greetings to everybody out there in the East Coast and all your family members and everybody. We'll see you. Have a nice day.
You too, brother. Tell all my
All
people
right,
I
bro.
say what's up.
And you know the motto. We unbreakable, right? Is it unbreakable? What
Unbreakable,
is
baby. We
unbreakable?
unbreakable, baby. All my UPDs, baby. All my
Yeah.
UPDs. Peace out.
All right. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. Bye.